to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
You are black. I am white. Life's an Eskimo pie. Let's take a bite. That was groovy thinking, Lincoln, when you set them free.
I am dark and you are light.
You are blind as a bat, and I have sight. Side by side, you are my amigo. Negro, let's not fight.
Shall we play a game?
Your Skype call is being recorded. Your life is being recorded. There's nowhere you can run. There's nowhere you can hide. You're listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast.
Well, hello and welcome to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Paul.
I'm Darrell.
We got a special guest, don't we?
Yes, another black man.
And he's not football helmet special either.
Introduce yourself, sir.
I am Taylor Swift.
Oh.
Yeah, you wish. I'm Mike Fly, a.k.a. Mike Flywalker, Mike Flizzy, and Iron Mike Flyson. No relation.
Man,
Uncle Ruckus?
Yeah, I know. You just made that shit up on the spot, motherfucker.
I kind of like the Mike Flyson. It's ludicrous. It's ludicrous.
I'm not, only in America.
Oh, only on this podcast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so Mike, you know Paul because Paul's released a couple of nerdcore albums so far, and you were on Nerdcore Absolution. Was it
Two.
Nerdcore Absolution 2? Okay.
I was a fan of the first one. Yoko had put me on. My homeboy Yoko Masaki, he put me on. I've been rocking with him since 2011, and he put me on. And then he introduced me to Paul after we did a song for his album, and Paul's been in my inbox on Facebook ever since.
Yeah, Paul tends to do that type of shit too.
Yeah,
Fucking stalker.
Hey, I only promote the best talent. You know what I'm saying, man?
That's what I like to hear, yeah.
Because you said Paul just sent you a message that said, yo, that was it? That's like how it started?
No, he does that on a regular, but it started off over a course of emails. He went back and forth. We were talking about it. Then I did a podcast with you guys, it's almost been a year.
Yeah.
Almost a year. But yeah, we like real good friends, man. You know, he came to MomoCon. I didn't get to catch him this year. I'm not gonna catch him next year.
Oh, he ain't nobody special.
Fuck
oh wow.
That's right, because that's down by you. That's in Atlanta, right? MomoCon?
Yep. MomoCon, AWA are my home conventions. We're like how Diddy is in New York. I'm like the Diddy of MomoCon with like a whole lot less more money.
Follow it on the budget, baby.
Are you in any way, shape, or form kind of close to William Street or anything like that?
No. I'm particularly on the south side of Atlanta. Trinidad James.
So you're saying the good part of town, okay?
I would good.
I would use the word good loosely.
Good if you're,
Yeah, good.
Trying to find some product.
That too, yeah. Let me stop. But yeah,
ETL. I mean, come on, man. The strip club's got to be.
Yeah, it's funny. The first time, the only thing I don't like about strip club, anybody can vouch for me, is the ATM. Like when my friend took me to Onyx, we went to Onyx, and the strip club, they go to the ATM. You have to pull out a minimum of $40, but it's a service fee of $40. So you got to pay $80 to get $40 out.
Wow.
Yeah, trust me, I know, because Darrell was motherfucking like, you know what, I'm gonna take your ass to the strip club, and I'm like, nah, that shit's gonna be expensive out here.
Take them to the Pink Pony.
Oh, that's where I was gonna take them, dude.
Oh yeah, you would have had fun at the Pink Pony. You would have had fun, Paul. Like it's been tight.
See, that shows you how old I am. I remember back when, in my day, I used to go I lived down to just outside Philadelphia for a minute, and that's when I was heavy into going to strip clubs on a nightly basis. And those, the more high class places, where you don't have girls with bullet holes and cesarean style.
Okay, basically we call them bullet hole bras, dude. I ain't gonna lie, because I went to one bachelor party.
BHBs.
Yeah, I saw this one damn strip at the bachelor party I went to, man. Broad had a bullet hole in her ass. I was like, the fuck?
He said,
Like,
"I can't have it. Nobody can."
Because in my day it was $5. It was a $5 service charge. I mean, it was and the minimum was 20. So shit. I mean, $40. Just you have a minimum $40 with a $40 service fee. Jesus Christ.
That's only for the like the big. That's only for all the strip clubs the rappers talk about. Any strip club that you come down and the rapper hasn't talked about in the song probably has a really decent ATM fee. If anything that somebody rapped about, if you heard Drake say a strip club in the song, you probably shouldn't go there if you're not a rapper.
I'm surprised Drake even rapping about a strip club, man, considering he a woman himself. Oh, damn.
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
I'm sorry, man, but I still can't get behind.
Yeah.
I can't get behind. The things I always hear about Drake are, he's so well used. Yeah, that's about it.
Oh man, I don't know.
Like, give you a rap, dude.
Drake is a magician because, like, I don't know what he does. Like, you can play a Drake song and you like, oh man, it's a tight song, but next thing you know all the words to it. Like, I don't even remember listening to this song as many times to know the words to it. He's a magician. I don't know what he does.
Is an incantation in the fucking lyrics.
He pulling some of that Dr.Strange shit.
We'll be getting to Dr. Strange in a minute.
Yeah, let's not get him started, please.
Yeah, that'll be for the second half of the show, for the nerdy.
That'll be for the second half.
Yeah, so I mean, we like to talk about like nerdy movies and stuff like that, and particularly with the new like influx of Marvel movies and obviously comic book movies, kind of the big thing. Nerdy stuff obviously is what I like to talk about. Now, let me ask you guys a question: What movie have you seen in the theater more than once? Or what's the movie you've seen the most times in the theater? Not DVD, that you put out your hard-earned money, not that you snuck in from theater to theater, because I've snuck in to theater. I just the other day I saw 22 Jump Street right after Transformers 4. But
yeah.
So what? And I'll start the conversation back in '99. Once again, around the time when I was going to strip clubs all the time.
God, you're old. Anyways,
I went to the matinee and I saw South Park, Bigger, Longer, Uncut. I saw it by myself because at that particular time, that part of my life, obviously, if I'm going to strip clubs, I was not dating anybody at the time. Because in Philly, when you go to Philly, every girl that I met in Philly, I swear to God, was either a stripper or a nurse. And the weird thing about those two groups of girls is they all know each other. As in, all the nurses know each other and all the strippers know each other. So if you date one or you fool around with one, and then you start fooling around with another one later on, they know each other. Like, they run in circles like that. Like, they like if you dated one girl from a totally different hospital, they'll know because, those girls kind of go through the cycles between hospitals, and the same thing like strip clubs. You know what I'm saying? Oh, whatever, insert stripper name here, yeah.
Maybe the nurses used to be strippers.
Yeah, and that's
that's how I go down.
The double whammy. So yeah, when I lived in Philly, but okay, so I went to go see South Park, Bigger, Longer, Uncut. It was a matinee. It was a theater, probably like 10 minutes from my house, and it was like it was literally like a $4 or $5 matinee. And then and I had a roommate, so he was working that day. So then I told him, I said, dude, that night, I said, dude, tomorrow's your day off. Tomorrow's my day off. We have to go see this movie. And I saw it again. And then that particular weekend, then I went back to New York City, where I'm originally from, and I was hanging out with my boys up there. And I was like, guys, we got to go to the theater and see fucking South Park. The fucking movie's awesome. So that's the most I've ever seen a movie in the theaters. What you guys got from me?
I seen Wolf of Wall Street like 5-6 times in the theater, all the way through.
Yeah, I know why you saw that. Fucking titties. That's what it is.
No, man, it wasn't like everybody think it's because of the coke and titties and ass, which are amazing. Not even gonna lie.
Exactly.
Cause, bruh. But nah, it was the fact that he all he had was his knowledge as a stockbroker, and he used every resource he had, even like all kind of nips and crannies, and he made millions of dollars off of just like knowing how to talk to people. And it's fascinating. Like, all he did was know how to talk to people, and that's it. He made millions of dollars. And I thought it was like he did something so small and made so much of it. Like, think about Benjamin Franklin. This man fucking found electricity with a key and a kite. I'm pretty sure if somebody looking out their window, like, look at this fucking idiot. Look at Benjamin Franklin with a kite on a key. What is he trying to do, honey? I don't know. Shut the damn blinds. Get back to shut the blinds and turn on the fireplace. Heat up the colder in.
All right.
Yeah, it's like I just know how to talk to people. That was it. It was fascinating.
So like,
And it was
okay.
titties and ass. That's
Titties
it.
and ass.
Yeah, titties and ass, titties and ass.
Paul?
I would say the only movie really I've seen twice, and that was because, well, I got to, I got free movies at that point, was, what is it? Super Troopers.
Oh my god.
Awesome movie. Dude, like, well, I saw it, see, that's the thing, like, I bought the movie. I went, I bought a ticket for the movie because it was at the main movie theater, and I'm like, okay, so I'll just go watch it there, and then it showed up in mine, because mine was like a second run theater, the one I was working at the time, and I'm just like, I'm watching this again. I gotta watch this shit again, because like, that movie is like a cult classic, man. Like, I'm still waiting for them to be like, hey, can we do Super Troopers 2 here? Come on, let's go.
I think they've pretty much they've said that it's in the works, or at least it's in the planning stages.
Man, dude, it's been in the works for a long time, dude. And it's just, like, after a while, you just kind of go, okay. It's like
Soul Plane 2 and How High 2.
No. Oh, no. I know you did not say Soul Plane.
Yeah, they said they was gonna do a Soul Plane 2 and a How High 2.
The movie.
How High? Yes.
The movie that I'm thinking of is Weed Fest. They were supposed to do Weed Fest too, and they haven't done that one either.
Yeah, but I think Weed Fest was just.
Fest.
I think that was more just like a joke, saying like I think. Oh, I don't know. Maybe they'll make it, but I mean, because honestly, like, what was that? Club Dead or
Club Dread?
Club Dread or Club Dead?
Club Dread.
That was garbage. I'm sorry, I didn't like it.
Yeah, I never got to see the whole thing because I just was disgusted with it.
Oh, it was trash. Beer Fest was good. I like Beer Fest. Did you see the other one? The Slammin' Salmon, where they're all like waiters at a restaurant.
I didn't get to see it because I thought that it was going to be in the movie theater, and then it ended up like just being like limited, and I'm like, fuck, man. So yeah, I never got to see it. But I heard
Central on a Saturday night, like, well, excuse me, for those of us who don't watch Tsunami.
Oh,
no. Actually, in all fairness, I think that was before Tsunami came back. So just cut me a little slack.
Yeah. Thanks to Richie Branson.
Shout out to Richie Branson.
And so Darrell.
Let's see.
Oh my God, he said the Soul Plane sequel. I'm happy. I want to hear this. Don't say Soul Plane.
Let's see. I actually saw Love and Basketball probably about 5 times. Dude. Wow.
Excuse me, you guys. I bet you own it. I gotta ask you a question. Can I go off and ask you a question to bounce off of that?
Yeah, motherfucker, I own it. Hey, dude. I had a girlfriend back then. She loved the movie. Yeah, we watched that a couple of times. And boom goes the dynamite about that,
Well, I mean,
that's what it's for.
Sorry, I'm really sick over here. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Oh man,
I know looking at your face makes me sick too, Paul.
Oh, you know what? You're lucky I like you motherfucker.
No one likes you.
With Kevin Hart, like, with the way he's kind of blown up. I mean, it would like he's probably going to be like the main star in Soul Plane 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they make it, because I
think they let him get behind it. It'd be a little bit better of a movie. Because like I really like what he did. Like, I'm not a huge fan of like television, but my little sister's watching Hollywood Husbands of Atlanta, and that shit was hilarious. I thought it was hilarious. Like, and I heard he was behind all of us. So I'm like, if they let him do, just be Kevin and be naturally funny, it could be good. But whoever directed it last time they need to be hanged and quartered.
Dude, I just don't. They killed what could have been probably a good movie.
So it would be, and I mean, there's. I think you could take a movie goofy like that, put Kevin Hart in it, and make it like I mean, of course he's made his mark. I mean, I don't think he has to. He doesn't. I don't think he needs a movie to make his career any bigger. But I think you could, if you made it like a strong Kevin Hart vehicle. Like if he's not attached, then forget about it. I mean, Snoop is too busy, making reggae now.
No, Snoop just too busy smoking weed.
Snoop being Snoop. Snoop being Snoop.
Exactly.
He's like, I was in Soul Plane. Oh man. But let me see what else.
Oh, I was gonna ask you, but since we have like 3 more people, it's even better. About something that one of my friends. Women, I sometimes just sit there and I go, "You're just really stupid, aren't you?" Because like women don't see like I have this friend, a female friend that fucking Okay, so here's the situation. This guy hasn't dated a girl for a year. We were kind of talking about this off the podcast, but like he hasn't dated any girl for a year. So like him and her talking, they haven't really messed around or anything, but like this girl is like, and at night is sitting in his bed, not naked or anything, but sitting in his bed. Now, first of all, I don't know about you guys, but if a girl's in my bed, I'm taking care of business. I don't know about you, but I'm taking care of business. Fuck that shit. Like, I'm gonna try to get that girl naked and fuck the shit out of her, or at least get a blowjob. I don't know about you guys, but I'm just being honest here. Apparently,
yeah, I can't argue with that.
I mean, apparently I'm shallow Paul now, so I might as well just play the part.
The hardest part is over. She's in your bed,
right? So, and this guy keeps like sitting there going, "Oh, you're just gonna leave me like all the rest of the girls that I've dated, blah blah blah." And I'm sitting there, and I said to her, I was like, why are you still with this guy? And she's like, oh well, I really like him. And I'm like, well, that's all well and good, but you realize that you're gonna have to fucking like put in work to change this motherfucker, right? Yeah. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, and plus, if this guy is saying with you in his bed that he fucking like he doesn't know you're probably gonna do like what every other girl does, and he's not trying to put moves on you, come on.
He is a freaking genius, though.
I
mean, seriously, because he's like, he's telling her like things like, "Look here, oh, you just gonna leave me like the rest." He's playing this little friggin' emo.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
But things like that backfire though, like
exactly.
Everything has is capped to it. I'm pretty sure she's gonna be like, she gonna hit him with the Keisha Cole, like you been accusing me of leaving you, I'm gonna just do it. Then he gonna be tweeting how much he miss her.
Well, yeah, and like the thing, like
talking. What are you looking for?
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about that. Yeah, he should be handling business.
Right, and here's the thing, like here's what I said to her. I was like, look, he's either doing one of two things. Either A, like he really like he's not going to change and he's going to keep doing this, and you're not going to even be able to be with this guy because all he's going to sit there and think is, oh, well, one day she's going to leave me. Or like he's playing some kind of game to get in your pants, and then after that he's done. I mean, we're guys here, okay? Am I not fucking right about this shit? Like,
yeah, I got a friend. I can't say his name, but he does that shit a lot.
Exactly.
Like, have some humility, man. You kind of stealing it, man. That's like mental rape. It's like you're not you gotta think about it. I think if you a guy and you rape is like when you forcefully take sex. I think if you mentally force a girl to have sex with you, it's like rape too. Like, if you just like force her into a position where she kind of gotta have sex with you, like it's kind of bad. Like, yeah. Like he'd say, "Damn, I don't want to be so obvious about it." Just know my friend who I'm speaking hypothetically about.
Wait, I think I know.
My game is to pretend I don't have game.
Dude,
yeah, exactly. That is the strategy.
That has been my philosophy since day one. Once they was like, "How do you manage to pull these girls?" They was like, "You got some kind of game." I was like, "My game is I have no game whatsoever."
Exactly. All you do is yourself. It's the ultimate game.
Exactly. Dude, trust me, I was at work one day, man. This little smoking little chick just came in. And, I'm looking and talking to her, just being casual conversation. Now, she turned down everybody else that was talking to her, shooting them down left and right. And the old dude kind of came up to like, well, hey, young blood, why she was talking to you? I was just being myself, homie.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it. It's all it takes. I think that's what people forget. Like that's why guys go out and buy.
Oh, hold on.
They be like lonely in the club.
Wait, say that one more time. Say that one more time because you cut out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said a guy will go buy like a $500 wardrobe with attempts to get women and come home with none. Like,
no, you don't do that shit. Like, you don't fucking. I will never pay $500 for a girl to come home and sleep with me. Fuck that shit.
That's what you're doing. It's basically, that's prostitution. These are crimes.
Well, Paul is a prostitute anyway.
Paul, that's dirty life. I think you should get out of that. We'll talk after the podcast. I need some confidence.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Paul, and I'm a prostitute. Hi, Paul.
Well,
man, slut.
Well, me and Darrell, it's a problem I have. But yeah, like I just like she don't get it through her head. Like I'm like, come on, really? Do I really need to tell you like what's going on here? Like, Seriously, like he's trying to play you some way, and if he's not playing you, then he's fucking, doing something else. Like he might have another girl. It's like something else. You know what I mean? Like, guys don't like. I'm sorry, but if you're not gay and the girl's in your bed, then
you're gonna try something.
Exactly, you're trying something, and that's the point, man. Like,
well, I ain't necessarily try something like with my female friends, man. I kind of stay away from them when they have.
You rub the hard on against the ass crack.
Oh,
he know. If I could see you in person, I would shake your hand. If it's any way to get to it, that's how you get to it.
That's I mean, I didn't invent the move, but I've
revolutionized
it. I never tried anything with them, but like they tried things with me.
Oh yeah, when that hand reached back.
Oh, that's it. You're done. You're in there.
That's when her hand reaches back.
Talking. That's why you shouldn't even be like, just put on whatever fucking movie that'll shut her up. Was it Love and Basketball?
Hey,
it works. Sir. It works.
Or I mean, for some of us,
Oh yeah.
To me, it's always been like, like the girls, fucking Grease, the musical Grease, or Dirty Dancing, and I've never seen The Notebook, but I have that in my repertoire.
Notebook is a good one though.
I try to use something like funny, like my movie, anything Seth Rogen, like super bad, anything that's like super hilarious with like high sexual overtones, is like that's the kind of movie I like to watch.
Like you speak my language, because see, that's the thing. Like if I take a girl to a date, like I don't want to fucking take her to like Walk to Remember or like Notebook. I'm like taking her to a funny movie because you want a girl to fucking laugh.
Exactly.
You want to do is get a girl to laugh, and the best way to get her going is to take her to a comedy, man. Seriously.
Exactly. I would never take a girl to see a Channing Tatum movie. Never.
Oh hell, Magic Mike. Oh no.
That's rolling in my chances. Like, you want to see 22 Jump Street? I was like, no. You can go see something that's not 21 Jump Street.
I'm much better with Seth Rogen.
Exactly.
Seth Rogen.
Exactly. He still make you laugh.
Was it let me see what it was. Mary and Zach.
Zach and Mary Make a Porno is a great.
Oh my god. Craig Robinson is hilarious too. Craig Robinson is super hilarious.
Dude, I love Craig Robinson, man.
He ain't even funny. He's
stupid, man.
His stand-ups is good too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he needs a little more. He needs more screen time. Like
I was like, man, people underestimate how funny that dude really is.
Man, this is it. This is the end was like one of the perfect examples of how funny he was, and they went by their real names. And Craig said he was just acting like himself the whole movie. Same thing with Seth and Franco. Like before, my bucket list, I want to drink a beer with Seth Rogen and James Franco.
Exactly.
Dude, the way they did that parody Kanye video.
I was dead.
Dude, This Is the End. Fucking hilarious.
Yes, from start to finish.
Fucking hilarious.
And then, of course, the controversy that's going on now with the Kim Jong-un movie that they're doing. It's called The Interview.
Oh, shit.
I saw a preview for that, yeah.
I misunderstood. I thought they were playing themselves in the movie. I thought they were doing like another... This Is the End, where they're playing themselves, but apparently they're playing two different characters where they're going over to interview Kim Jong-un. They get held back by the CIA and said, look, if you're gonna go there, we're gonna give you weapons to kill him while you're there. And
no, they can't do that. They're gonna kill all of us. Like, don't do that.
Yeah, exactly. It's a fucking
Seth Rogen, James Franco. If you hear this in any way, please don't make that movie.
Yeah. I mean, it's and Kim Jong-un has said if that movie's released, it's gonna be an act of war. I mean, don't get me wrong. I believe that these guys, artistic freedom. You should go and make whatever movie you want to make, but you're also putting fucking people's lives in danger. You know what I'm saying? When you make a movie that's
controversial.
Yeah, you got a little guy. He got the little man complex. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he feels like through himself. He's been living in the shadow of his father and shit. And then his father was goofed on in Team America. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm so ornery. So the thing is that if you watch the commercial for that movie, the actor that plays Kim Jong-un, looks a million times better than Kim Jong-un. You know what I'm saying? Kim Jong-un looks like a short, fat, he looks like a fucking rapist. You know what I'm saying? The real Kim Jong-un. The guy that plays him in if you watch the trailer, that guy looks badass. He's smoking a cigar. He has this cool black suit on. I think Kim Jong-un should be fucking complimented by the guy that they chose. They didn't choose a fat, goofy looking, guy to play.
They didn't get Robin Williams to do it.
That was
Hell, Paul could have played Kim Jong.
well. They could have gotten Ken Jeong, the guy from the Hangover movies. You know the
Oh wow, that would have been hilarious.
had they gotten him.
They can't do it because he's Chinese. He'd be really offended by that shit.
Yeah, there's a
All
big
Asian
difference.
people be looking alike.
Yeah, he'd be really offended by that shit.
What the fuck? But let me see. So what was funny? And I've mentioned this before the episode. I mean, you know, my ex-wife was black, and but she was the whitest fucking black girl on the face of the planet. I mean, she was the fucking definition of Oreo.
Damn, I was about to say, yeah, you had a fucking Oreo.
Oh, I had a straight up Oreo. But she used to tell me, now mind you, she was from the South Bronx. I mean, she came from a rough neighborhood, and you know, but the funniest line she ever told me, she said, Chinese food. Now that we're talking about Chinese people, or we were kind of mentioning Chinese people, she said Chinese food is an aphrodisiac for ghetto chicks.
Yeah, anything. To be honest, anything with a white takeout box.
God, man, you read my mind, Mike.
Oh yeah, believe me, I know. I'm a fool for American deli. Anything I can get a five.
Hey, them hot buffalo wings, dude.
Man, any place that can give you buffalo wings and fried rice at the same time is okay in my book.
And see, now, growing up in downtown Manhattan, you know, I grew up, you could take a quick walk here in Chinatown, walk a little further in Little Italy. You know, like I said, where I grew up was more of like a Spanish, Puerto Rican, Dominican area. But we had these guys that were, because, you know, talking about, you know, historics in the world, the global community, you know, both China and Cuba were both communist states. So we had people that left China, lived in Cuba for a couple of generations, then came to the United States. So they had Chinese influence, Spanish influence, and dude, they had the best restaurants. Downtown Manhattan, there's a place called Apollo's.
Yeah.
And it's a restaurant. And the term that it's not offensive to the people that actually run the place, it's called Chino Latino. You know what I'm saying? Where, you know, you can get fried rice and you can get, in Spanish they call it chuleta, you know, pork chop. You know, you could get, and since it's in the hood, you could get buffalo wings, or, you know, you could get the fried wings. You know what I'm saying? You get a little piece of everything. And let me tell you, if you're ever in downtown Manhattan, it's right over the Williamsburg Bridge, you know, Apollo's, it's like the fucking bomb. And dude, they used to give you, you know, like the takeout plastic containers, like for soup, they give you that filled with iced tea. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know you guys down south, you know, you talk about your sweet tea and shit like that, but, you know, for the New York City people, I mean, you know, iced tea from Apollo's was like the bomb.
Shit,
So,
I'm surprised I don't even know what you do. Goddamn.
I love ice. I just started really drinking iced tea because I was at Taco Bell yesterday. They had this brisk mango, and I had drunk it, and I was like, "Oh my god, iced tea is it might be that deal. Better than a rapper, if you ask me."
Shoot, dude, I literally make sun tea, man. What the hell is sun tea? Is where you take 2 packs of tea, put a jar out there in a bottle of water, and you let it sit out in the sun all day.
Oh, so let the
sun tea.
Yeah,
let the sun work its magic.
Brew it. Wow, that's deep. That's deep.
Dude, it's a common practice here in the South.
I think we've lost Paul.
No, I'm still here.
Paul's just in awe of this because he can't believe that Darrell's having so many black moments right now.
Oh man, I'm still tripping off that movie, The Interview, like real shit. Like
I've seen, and when I went to, and this kind of could help stream to the second part of the episode. That was one of the trailers before when I went to go see Transformers 4. You know, that was one of the movies. I mean, I saw the trailer online. I would say probably like 2-3 weeks ago, but. Yeah, like it's made, it's done. It's just going to be released later on in the summer. So it's like, you know, I mean, I hope it doesn't cause like a fucking real, you know, international incident. You know, I don't want people to get hurt. I don't want people taken fucking hostage or anything like that. But I mean,
you good, man. You got soldiers at the DMZ between North Korea and South Korea, dude, looking at each other all day long.
Yeah. It's, you know, I mean, I guess, you know, you're not, if you're American, you're not getting anywhere near North Korea anyway. So. You know,
yeah, exactly.
And he definitely isn't giving any interviews. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more dick and fart jokes.
This episode of Two Strangers, One Podcast is brought to you by Comics Etc., 1115 East Main and North Goodman at the Hungerford Building, door number 8. Find out more information at comicsetc.biz or like them on Facebook at facebook.com/comicsetc1.
Click and Hit, enhancing the experience for all recreational smokers. Click and Hit is a one-handed portable vaporizer. This smoking pipe has a compact 4-stage design, complete with a built-in, windproof, butane refillable torch lighter. The large burn chamber holds your stash of legal herb or pipe tobacco. Click the button to ignite and inhale as usual. When you are done, put it back in your pocket for later. Smoke anytime with the touch of a button. No more carrying around grinders and tins. Leave the pipe, rolling papers, and even your lighter at home. The Click and Hit cordless vaporizer is no bigger than a normal cigar, making it the world's smallest and most discreet vaporizer. It's perfect for use in small places or shared rooms. It's efficient, getting 5 to 8 draws from your packed chamber. It's affordable at just $19.95 each. Buy 3 and the shipping is free. Buy 4 and you get the 5th one free. Visit www.click-n-hit.com. That's clickandhit.com. And now for listeners of Two Strangers One Podcast, you can use promo code STRANGERS and receive 10% off your purchase at clickandhit.com. That's promo code STRANGERS for 10% off your purchase.
And we're back. And I guess, we kind of had the little first part of the show. We kind of keep it free form and stuff like that. Now let's get to the nerdy shit.
Yes.
Okay, so one of my things that it hasn't been officially confirmed yet, but the rumors have been out there, and all the signs are pointing towards. Marvel has an unannounced movie that's coming out in, I want to say 2016. They haven't announced it yet, but all the signs are pointing to this being a Doctor Strange movie. Doctor Strange, who, of course, if you follow the Marvel universe, I mean, everybody was an Avenger at one point or another. But much like how, this is totally my opinion, much how like Guardians of the Galaxy later on this summer is kind of going to introduce the more cosmic characters. I mean, we have Thanos. We have, I think even the character Death is going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy. Nebula, who's Thanos' granddaughter. These are all like cosmic characters in the Marvel universe. And I think, what they, it was a brilliant move that they took Guardians of the Galaxy just so like they could kind of introduce us to the more cosmic characters and make things a little more, so we could, so you could see a fucking totally, what the hell? Paul?
Yeah.
Okay. And not that, that the Guardians of the Galaxy kind of is introducing all the cosmic characters, and I think the Doctor Strange character, when they do that movie, is going to have to introduce the more magic part of the universe.
Right.
Because even though, like in Thor, Thor's kind of say like, our science is so advanced that you would think it's magic, but I mean, I think the Doctor Strange movie is going to be straight up, magic. It's going to the whole that Tony Stark is using. Yeah,
yeah.
What are you? What the hell's going on?
Yeah, what the hell are you doing over there, Mike? Jesus Christ!
Oh, I'm sorry. I was warming up some pizza.
Yeah.
Must be nice. Must be fucking nice to do that shit on the podcast.
I'm sorry, guys. I was trying to I was moving around to get it better. I was really wanting to get my charge, and I was like, you know what? I got some pizza in the oven.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
But by all means.
Now, is that work pizza?
Oh yeah, always. I don't pay for pizza no more. What's the point of being a pizza man? You gotta pay for pizza.
Struggle
for what?
Oh yeah, the struggle is real.
Now, so I mean, so is it like stuff that doesn't get delivered? Is that you get to take that home, or what is it? What is it? Or
man, I want to say what I did, but I can't say it on the podcast because big companies.
Don't say
it. Big companies watch Twitter.
Gotcha.
Which my company tried to watch my Twitter and I blocked them.
Oh yeah, they don't know that. We ain't connected. But yeah, so I had my girlfriend. I had her call in the pizza, and I waited till they made it, and I had sent through the text like, all right, now call and cancel it. So that way, if she cancel it, I could just go ahead and eat it while I'm on the job because nobody gonna pay for it. It's already been made. So I was like, and then the irony in that, he just happened to let me take that pizza home that day. I was like, oh, thank you. This is why we getting married. These are the reasons right here.
Reasons.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew it.
Keeping it real. That's definitely keeping it real. Okay. I know I had said that this is going to be the nerdy part of the show, but it's kind of funny. I mean, now that we have our brothers on this show, are you guys
the brothers or the brothers?
I don't know. Slap me some skin, brother.
Smack. Give me some on the black hand side.
Say side.
Have you guys been following?
I need an adult.
Have you guys been following at all this Opie and Anthony?
No, what happened?
Going on? Okay, so what had happened is Opie and Anthony, controversial shock jocks, and I'm not gonna lie, I've loved Opie and Anthony for years. So Anthony, I mean, has always been known for being straight up racist. I mean, let's just, let's be real here. Let's not try to mince words or anything like that.
Well, they're on XM, so they can pretty much do whatever they want. To be honest,
they're on Sirius XM. Now, get this. So what happens is Anthony claims, and this is the kind of part where I kind of like, I want to take him at face value, but I think he's full of shit. He says he was taking a picture in Times Square. If you look at the photo, I mean, he's under scaffolding. Like when they have scaffolding at a building, and it's basically, you can't see anything from the scaffolding other than the people that are walking under the scaffolding.
Right.
So, good looking woman walking down the street, a sister, with an A. A sister walking down the street wearing a nice, tight dress, looking good in the picture. He takes a picture. Now, he claims that he was taking a picture of Times Square. If you look at the photo, if you do a little Google research, he was obviously taking a picture of her. Creep shot, you know what I'm saying? I mean, kind of stupid, but... So she obviously gets very offended that he took a picture of her without her permission. And so she hits him, or hits him a couple of times. A little bit of an overreaction, but she I mean, what do you expect if you take a picture and and how could you take a picture of someone and not expect them to be really pissed off that that you took like a creep shot of them?
Right.
So what had happened is Anthony then proceeded to say some really, really fucked up shit on Twitter. Saying, and I'm just quoting him. No, like I said, my ex-wife was black. Don't fucking come after me. Saying
we're gonna come after you anyways. But continue.
Saying, they're savages. They're not people. I gotta Google it real quick. But basically, he said a lot of really, really off the cuff, fucked up shit. And
like Donald Sterling, huh?
Yeah, like a Donald Sterling situation. Now, except the one teeny tiny difference is that like Donald Sterling was set up. I fully firmly believe that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if you listen to the woman in that conversation, because I've listened to the audio of that, she was obviously fucking. That was such a setup. It's not even funny. She was looking to catch some. I don't know if she was using it to fucking blackmail him for money, or she wanted to get on TMZ. Like how the only way people nowadays get famous is by having some sort of leaked footage or leaked sex tape or something like that. But so I mean, Anthony took it to Twitter, which yes, obviously is a public forum. But Sirius XM fired him.
Really?
The day of the tweets. And the part of me, like, I mean, obviously being a podcaster and stuff like that, I mean, it's not like we get paid or whatever for doing this, but I'm all for free speech. And I mean, there's what do you define the fine line? I mean, for saying some off-color shit, should he have gotten fired?
I think for what he does, like, yeah, because in a sense it's unprofessional, but you can't fire him for freedom of speech. But what he does, he's not, you can't be racist in doing his line of work. You can't. Like same thing with Donald Sterling. It wouldn't have been such a big deal. Donald Sterling was just like a regular business, like a regular millionaire, and he said some shit that wouldn't have made it such a big deal. It's just his profession where he deals with all these African Americans. It's a touchy subject because you think about the NBA is predominantly black, so why not? This guy's racist, and he probably says racist. He probably say racist shit when they're in private. Mm-hmm. I mean, racism has to be like the quietest kept thing. Like it's there, and we all think it at all times. But like that's what we I mean, I think if we didn't know about it, we wouldn't even think it. Like you think about as a kid, you don't really see anybody as color until you go to school and they teach you about racial history and whatever. Like
right. Well,
so and then on top of that was the media. The media also like because I mean I'm pretty sure if the media wasn't like it was different racial groups wouldn't have such a problem with black people. They didn't see movies or TV shows where people acting all rowdy and loud and ignorant. Then they wouldn't have that kind of perception of us. Like it kind of we as people we all take pride in the things that make us a culture. Like
right. Well, I think what it is, and I've said this to Darrell several times, is it's not like, for example, let's take black people, for example. It's not all black people. It's just a certain amount of people that fucking ruin it for the rest of their race, you know? And that's where the stereotype perception comes from. It's the same thing with white people. Some dumbass white motherfucker goes in, takes a bomb, and does the Oklahoma City bombing, you know? Like, they get the perception of, oh, well, a white person's gonna go in and, like, just blow up a place or something, you know?
Yeah, it's that. I mean, people, like, you know, they always want somebody to point the finger at no matter what. Like, if there's a robbery going on, if everybody wants the finger to point at, and who better to point the finger at than somebody you know for doing it? Like, you know, if they show on the news every day that it's black people stealing cars, then of course, if your car gets stolen, who you gonna suspect? Because you've been taught to suspect that. So, like I said, racism is injected. It's not something that you just pick up or you born into. I'm pretty sure if Donald Sterling had friends that like who embrace African Americans, maybe he wouldn't have such a fucked up opinion on them. Maybe if he didn't watch the news so many times or read the newspaper too much, you know, you in LA, you go read an Oakland newspaper, you watch the news in Oakland and you have this fucked up perception. Like, it's what he sees. Like, people are more prone to believe what they are shown and what they actually see with their own eyes.
Yeah, and I think like all of us, I mean, my thing is, you know, I understand him being fired now, like, a couple minutes ago, we were talking about our own personal jobs, and none of us are going to say where we work right now, because we all kind of live under that fear. We're like, oh shit, if something we say on social media, or even something that we say on the fucking podcast, you know, something that could be construed the wrong way, we can get fired. That's why I never really mention where I work on the podcast. And then, you know, and Mike, you didn't mention where you work. I mean,
yeah, they don't know which. They know it deals with pizza. It could be anywhere.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna go through the list of names so you can pick from them, but just know it's nothing that you know.
Yeah, and I don't know about you guys, but like, with my current job, part of my hiring process, I did have to sign this thing that said, like, you can't disparage the company publicly on social media. You know, you can't say anything wrong, and there's even like athletes have to sign what they call a morality clause, where like, if you do something fucked up in your personal life, you could lose your job. And, you know, you did kind of sign your life away when you signed that contract, you know, because, I mean, trust me, Anthony made a lot of fucking money from SiriusXM. You know, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of lawyers backed up that said, look, you signed this morality clause, you know, you might have been assisted or whatever, but that doesn't give you the right to say what the fuck you want to say. Or, okay, fine, you want the right to say what you want to say. You can't work for us anymore because you've now violated that morality clause.
Yeah, that's understandable though, because you should know that though. I mean, but some it's common sense though. Like, you know, if you are a person of that stature who looked at, you gotta really be careful what you say. Like, like what they say, you call them barber cop conversations. You can't have, you know, you can't be looked at by a million people and have barber cop conversations on Twitter. Like, that don't work. Mm-hmm. Right? You can't do that. It's some things you can't do in certain positions. Like I said, I mean, the company. I think the company, you know, they did what was right. Because I mean, I'm pretty sure they have African American people who help, you know, make the company go around. So they feel offended, they lose money. And as a company, that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to generate money.
Yeah, I got you.
Right. Yeah, you know, I talk about my fucking job half the time. I just don't say which location it is, but motherfuckers know what I have to deal with on a daily basis. And trust me, I have let social media know, aka Twitter.
Yeah, we know, definitely.
Now, I had to stop saying stuff on Facebook because one of my supervisors, like, she asked my direct supervisor, could you talk to Darrell and ask him not to say this stuff about the patrons? Because I'm like, I was like, okay, I'm cool. But I was like, man, when I get another job and leave this one, oh, man, I'm going to lose.
I'm going to clear out my timeline for a week.
That's why I bashed the shit out of Radio Shack, because I don't work for Radio Shack anymore.
Exactly. Oh, dude, I talk about FedEx so fucking bad. Man, that bitch from South Carolina got me fired. Man, I couldn't stand that bitch. And she did it 2 weeks before Christmas.
Damn.
I mean, I was like, that was a blow to my ego as a man. I was like, just because I told you that the packages weren't awkward, they were freaking small packages just building up. And you right there by the machine to start it back up, and you tell me come from where I'm at to do it. I do it anyway, but then you got a problem with I'm telling you the reason why the belt jamming. And the broad ain't even there no more. You know, that was a while back, but they told me they was like, when I left, they was like, man, it was like the efficiency on the dang on line now. It's like, man, we got this dude that moves slow like a turtle. I had increased efficiency on the belt line by 85%.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I mean, most employers don't appreciate that though.
Hey, when I left, they felt it. One of the guys come in, like I was somewhere in the store, and he was like, man, since you left, he's like, the belt moves so slow. He was like, man, we screwed now.
Yep.
Yeah, when I worked for FedEx, my nickname was the Kickboxer because I used to kick the boxes right off the truck. And that was only because I worked in Midtown Manhattan, and I dealt with a lot of fucking people that like thought just because they're in a 3-piece suit and I'm there in a uniform that they thought, you know, they were acting like they were better than me, and I had to fucking jump and all this other shit. So, all right, fine, you know, I'll take your shit to your face, but I'm kicking the fucking box off the truck.
You hear those people? Do you hear the New York accent? It's kind of sexy.
Yeah. I didn't do it to all the boxes, you know what I'm saying? I didn't kick every single box. I'm just saying is that you treat me like shit. I mean, not that, and not that I justify it, like, you know, when you're talking about like when you go to a fast food place and they spit in your food and shit like that. But you know, that's what, like, I do kind of have like a fear. Like if I'm out with people and we're ordering food and someone's being fucking, you know, someone's coming out of their face when they're sitting at the table, that I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't treat people. You can't act like you're the fucking big boss man because, you know, you got a couple bucks and you live in Lodge or fucking at Olive Garden. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna spit.
Yeah.
You know,
if you ever seen Waiting, the first rule you learn is never fuck with the person who prepares your food.
Yeah. You know, and maybe it's because I'm a person who's actually I've actually had to earn my fucking living. You know what I'm saying? I treat people with respect. I always treat people with respect. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think a waiter ever in my life has ever had a fucking complaint complain about me after I left. You know what I'm saying? Like I never. And let me tell you, if it's something, I mean, don't get me wrong, if there's shit that isn't taken care of properly, you know what I'm saying, if something isn't prepared correctly, you know,
you will address it. You will address it in a professional manner. Yeah.
I want my, you know, I don't want you to spit in my food. I don't want any special sauce. You know, like a Super Troopers, you know, it's like, can we get a burgers for a cop? You know, it's like, you know, I don't want someone spitting in my food because
you ever seen Road Trip?
Oh yeah.
Dude asked for that French. She said, he said, I don't like the sugar on my French toast. I was like, nah.
Horatio Sands, yeah. catching it in his sweatpants. That was so fucking nasty.
That was skill.
All right, so let's get back to the nerdy shit. Also on the news, Brandon Routh, the guy who was in the, God, what was it, 2006 or whatever, 2004, Superman Returns, whatever, a couple of years ago, not the Henry Cavill.
It wasn't too long ago.
Yeah, the absolutely horrible, ridiculously stupid.
Blah blah blah. Move on.
I know that bothers Paul when I say that because Paul actually liked Superman Returns.
That's the one thing that me and Jose agree on. Like we actually liked that movie.
I thought it was absolute trash, but but Brandon Routh, you know, like I mentioned before the podcast, you know, I'm you know, flipping through my usual nerdy channels on Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that, and they're like, Brandon Routh cast in season 3 of Arrow, and I was like, get the fuck out of here! They're actually putting Superman in Arrow. You know, which would have been fucking awesome, but unfortunately, hey, someone's phone is going off.
Sorry about that.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna put your ass in time out in a minute.
I'm sorry, bro. Pizza and my girl want to listen to the podcast. I'm trying to send her the link. I'm sorry.
Okay. And well, no. And so with the he's going to be the Atom, which, you know, for people who don't know, the Atom is a character that can literally shrink himself down to the size of an atom, you know, to the point where you know, like he could travel through electricity lines and phone lines and power lines and stuff like that, you know, and then he expands back to his normal shape. You know, if he goes and, you know, makes himself this tiny little size and goes into your lungs and then expands back to normal size, he rips you in half. So I liked Brandon Routh. I mean, even though I hated Superman Returns, I think Brandon Routh is a great actor. I think he looks like Superman. Like, you know, he has, you know, unfortunately the movie was so bad it didn't give him the role he deserved. not the hero we need, but the one we deserve. I think he could have, it's unfortunate that now they're with the whole new Superman, Henry Cavill. But so he's been announced in the season 3 of Arrow, which DC's getting their shit together, with the Arrow and the Flash. And have any of you guys seen the new Flash pilot that's been leaked online? I haven't seen it yet. I want to see it.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard nothing but good things about it.
I want to see it. I mean, yeah.
Heard good things about it. I try to be respectful and not try to watch none that's leaked by accident. Sometimes, though the criminal in me will do that, I'm just going to be real about it.
But I think nowadays, just the fact that we're talking about it, I think it's just brilliant marketing. I know they say leaked, but I mean, really, I don't think it's leaked. I mean,
it's not leaked for real, man. They do it so they can generate some buzz.
Yeah, I mean, if it had property of Warner Brothers, written across the screen with the little stuff like that, okay, then I'd be a little okay, maybe I'm not doing the right thing. But I think it's just smart. I mean, what better way than to you quote unquote leak it online. The normal channels and torrents and streaming sites are going to pick it up. And it's free advertising. I mean, it's free. Because we all see episode 1, we all see the pilot, we all get our fucking nerd boners all excited about it, and then we watch episode 2, and then whoever's advertising on episode 2 benefits because we all got excited about a guy that can run really fast.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I watched pirated shows, and then it made me I watched the first episode of Walking Dead pilot. When it first started, and then I just got hooked to it. And I started watching it on television. I don't think it's a bad thing. It's kind of it's kind of like a free sample at Sam's Club. Okay, I might want to invest in this now. Like how video games do with demos. You get the actual, you get to see because sometimes you don't want to go through the whole process of pirating and everything. Download takes a whole lot of time and everything. You know, when you see something, when you watch it, if it's a good show, you want to watch it on the TV regardless.
Yeah, I'm DVRing this, or I'm actually going to
yeah,
me don't even have a DVR. I'm actually going to stay up and watch. But now this kind of skews into something that you guys are into, and I've recently started watching Space Dandy. I'm way behind the curve. I'm way behind the curve.
About fucking time.
Oh, an anime conversation.
I go and I visit the Funimation site, and it's the freaking it's the original Japanese dub. It's subtitled. And I'll be honest with you, I got frustrated. And by episode 3, I said, "Fuck this!" And I did a little Google search, and I found the English dubbed version, which you have to appreciate for when they make characters that sound Native American or Scottish or stuff that I don't think was interpreted in the Japanese version, but they kind of give it a little extra flavor for the English dub, because obviously the show was made knowing that it was going to go to an English speaking audience and a Japanese speaking audience. There's a little extra efforts and jokes. I mean, Darrell, the other day you said all the feels, and I was watching that episode, with the dog and and feels, and those fucking bastards, because I my eyes watered up a little bit at that fucking scene, involving a dog and stuff like that. And I'm not even a dog person, but that shit was like, woo! I cried.
I am a dog person, so yeah. We actually get each other, dude. We mark trees.
Oh,
and
God.
we have fuck bitches.
Oh, God. See what I'm talking about? Do you see what I'm talking about, Mike? He is a drunk, okay? I told you that, okay?
Hey, ain't nothing wrong. Get it how you live.
Exactly.
And staying in anime news, Paul, you seem to have a big announcement for us.
Oh, I do.
Was it as of this? Was it as
I found this. Apparently, it was 2 days ago that this came out, but really, the first time I saw it was when Jason was talking about it on his Twitter. The guys at Robotech, which is Harmony Gold Productions, they have a Kickstarter now to get a pilot for what is being called Robotech Academy. So they are in the process of trying to get that to happen. There's going to be an article by the time that this podcast comes up at ToonamiFaithful.com about it, basically just explaining where you guys can go and what you guys can do to help them fund for that. But it looks like this looks promising, because this is the first time in a long time that they've actually been able to there's hope for Robotech, because a lot of people have been waiting for this. And I think the guys at Robotech are also the ones that did Voltron too, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh wow!
I think they're kind of like intertwined now. Like they didn't do it originally, but they're kind of intertwined now. Because if I remember at New York Comic Con, I could be wrong, but I think those two guys were together. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see what they're going to come up with. What do you guys think?
I mean,
I'm interested to see.
You know, I'm the first one to say like I'm not really an anime person, but Robotech coming out in 1985. I mean, I was 8 years old when that came out. I mean, I had friends that were into Robotech. I mean, a lot of today's anime I think has to, pay homage to the ones that came before it. I mean, Robotech launched 1 million ships. I mean, any show about giant robots.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I
would agree with that. Yeah.
Including I mean, shit. If they have a Gundam statue in fucking it's Japan, right? It's
yeah.
Japan, they have the giant Gundam statue. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah, I want one of those. That's insane. I wonder who funded that.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, if they have like Gundam statues and stuff like that, I mean, you got to give props where props are due, and I think some of the rewards, and because Paul was listening to the video earlier before the episode, and like one of the rewards is like they'll put your face, like they'll draw your face as one of the characters. Now, of course, yeah. I hope it's not one of those cheap things where like it happens to be a scene in a stadium. It's like, oh, here's all the backers, and like, your face is like a fucking dot that you need like the Blu-ray to fucking pause and see. Oh, there I am. So I hope they don't cheat us out like that. But I just think I would love to fucking have my face in a cartoon.
Oh yeah.
Or I mean even like the more pedestrian shit. I mean, just the fact that if you get the DVD the day it's released, or you get the digital download the day it's released, or a copy of the script, or autographed copy of the script, or whatever, all the stuff that they're offering. I mean, I think it's pretty fucking awesome. I may throw a couple bucks at it when I get a chance, as soon as I get a couple bucks. And Robotech, being more of an American, not super into anime, Robotech did have a character that, due to legal reasons, kind of crossed over with Hasbro, the people behind Transformers, where there was a character that was, the design of the robot was in Robotech and Transformers. The toy was known as Jetfire, but in the Transformers cartoon, it was called Skyfire. And I just thought it was fucking awesome because that was the first time that we ever saw a character. Because if you ever watch the old G1 Transformers, Starfire or Skyfire, or Jetfire, whatever you want to call him, was in the storyline. He was friends with Starscream back when they lived on Cybertron.
Right.
Then
they were both scientists.
Yeah, and I forgot exactly how, but he gets, he ends up going to Earth. I think on some sort of scouting mission or whatever. He gets trapped in the ice. They find him. Millions of years later, when the rest of the Transformers, come to Earth, and in 1984 or whenever it's supposed to be, and he comes out, and in the beginning of the episode, he's still a Decepticon. I mean, his loyalty is still with the Decepticons because he got frozen at a time where things weren't, they weren't at war. And by the time the episode, is not really spoiling, but by the time the episode ends, he switches sides, and he's like, "Well, no, I don't agree with your philosophy, and I don't think that the Autobots are the bad guys." And then he actually I don't know where he got it from, but he has like an Autobot symbol at the end, like he slaps on the symbol. He's like, "I'm an Autobot now." And at that time, when when you're 8 years old, or and you're seeing this, I mean, it's like groundbreaking. It's like he's leaving the Decepticons, which, I mean, for even the horrible, Michael Bay movie, the Jetfire, the character that was supposed to be the stealth fighter, he kind of flipped sides also. Like, they kind of paid a little homage to that in the Michael Bay movies, even though they were horrible.
He was a cranky ass old man. Just point blank. He was a cranky ass old man.
That was farting.
I was just like, well, goddamn, they got elderly ass goddamn Transformers here. And the motherfucker had like an Australian accent, wasn't
it? Yeah, he had an Australian accent. That was, I like that. I appreciate
crikey.
And so that's and see, now, like I mentioned earlier, I grew up within walking distance in Chinatown. So when I was a kid, my parents always used to get me like the bootleg illegal, not illegal, but like, you know, obviously blatantly copywritten toys. So I remember I had Jetfire was one of the toys that I had where like I couldn't read any of the writing on the box. You know what I'm saying? I had to follow the pictures of the diagrams on how to transform it. In the, you know, when I actually got it out of the box. I mean, it was like, you know, and it was back in the day when those suckers are made out of fucking, I mean, well, Jetfire in particular was made out of die-cast metal. And like, so, you know, pretty much all the rest of the toys are made out of like plastic. Fucking Jetfire was metal. Like if you know, you and your brother are having a fight and one of you, like me and my brother often did, and you swing it and you hit somebody, you could have knocked the tooth out with the fucking Jetfire, you know, so... You know, fond.
Yeah, they don't make them like that no more. I mean, they don't even make Tonkas like that, dude.
Kids don't even play with toys no more.
Nah, you can't.
Even though if I had money, I probably would buy a whole bunch of toys.
I think that's the only reason I go to conventions to buy figures now. Like the most balling shit you can do at a convention.
The only thing is
that'll watch me drink.
Then you end up, you know what they need?
Now there you go.
They need to set up like storage lockers, so like once you get your shit, you can like put it away.
I know. I hate to walk back my car. All right, well, especially you go for one day, you like, oh my god, I got paid. You went for one day, I'm gonna just all out, ball out, and you go there, and it's like, damn, I got a bag full. That only thing I got is a bag that they gave me when I first signed up. That's the only thing I got to carry all this stuff in. So when I go to panels, I gotta sit it between my legs.
Posters are sticking out.
Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst. The posters are the worst.
Dude, think about
book bags in?
Think about what we got to do. Like we're running around with cameras and shit. Like, and if you're going from panel to panel to panel, it's just like,
you can't even enjoy being a fan. You know?
Yeah.
Well, no, you can. It's just, you know, it gets a little annoying after a while because you can't just go in and be like, oh, let me leave my shit over here because some dumb fuck will probably take it from you. You know what I mean? Like, so.
You know, taking my And so
it's probably super rare around this time. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the one it's funny because Paul and I met at a convention up here in Rochester called RockCon, Rochester's sci-fi convention, and I remember at that particular one there was once again I guess I'm showing my age. Are you familiar at all with the cartoon called Inhumanoids?
Yep.
Yeah, and there was a green one called Tendril, which is also kind of like loosely based on H.P. Lovecraft's Cthulhu. And I always loved Tendril so much, and I saw one at RockCon, but the guy wanted like $80 for it, and I didn't have that kind of money.
Oh, that's expensive, man.
Yeah. Oh, but I want one so bad. I still want a Tendril. Like, you know, if anyone who's missed my birthday and is balling like that, I mean, you know, you send me a Tendril.
Why you always saying derail, man?
You got that sweet librarian money, man. We need some of that fucking sweet librarian money.
Dang.
I'm trying to get out of that business, dude. I'm tired of slanging books for a living.
Oh, ain't that something? I'm not gonna say what I want to say.
Oh.
Oh yeah. You know,
some guys push weight, you're pushing volumes.
Oh
no, I don't mean that as a bad thing. But so kind of with we still have Transformers on the mind and 80s retro stuff. When I went to go see Transformers 4, you know, it being opening weekend, you know, you're sitting and watching trailers where you're literally sitting there for about 20 minutes to a half an hour watching trailers. But I just kind of want to just talk real quickly about like the ones I saw. There's one called Dracula Untold, which is sort of like the tale of like actual like Count Dracula, like the warrior, the fighter,
Vlad the Impaler.
Exactly. You know, and it's sort of like I guess the way they're going with it, and it's not really spoiling because it's in the trailer. You know, kind of like him making the deal to become the vampire so he can, you know, help his armies win. Like it's almost the story, I guess it's kind of painted that, you know, he becomes this immortal, which is obviously is a twist on the real, you know, well, not the real story, but, you know, the more, you know, Bram Stoker. But he, you know, he's saying that like he's such a loyal warrior that he gives his own soul and becomes this monster just so he can help his side win. So it sounds interesting. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which, you know, if anyone who hasn't seen the trailer yet, I mean, it looks fucking good.
Dude, I see that trailer 365 days a year at my fucking job.
Oh shit, you said it on me. But you know, we have the Caesar, you know, played by what was his name? Andy Serkis, the guy who did Smeagol and Gollum and King Kong. He's back as, you know, the motion capture for Caesar. I believe he's also doing the voice And so now Caesar's actually talking like a few words, like no, want war, or whatever the case may be. So it looks good, but I think
off me, you damn dirty ape. Sorry, couldn't resist.
Dumb and Dumber 2.
We know, trust me.
Which I can't believe they made a fucking Dumb and Dumber 2. Like, because when Harry Met Lloyd, that other one, Dumb and Dumberer, I mean, that doesn't count. That shouldn't count. That was it's pardon the phrase, it's an insult to my intelligence. But I guess Jim Carrey is like
Jim Carrey
hard up for money or something, because I can't believe But okay, Hercules, starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson, which does look fucking badass. Even though, I mean, there was rumors for years that he was going to take over the Conan franchise, but I guess that
Conan movie sucked ass.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I didn't hear good things.
It literally sucked ass. It was such a bad fucking homage to the original. I was like, man, I really wanted to shit on that DVD and just send it back.
Damn, Darrell.
No, please, tell me how you really feel.
Motherfucker, do you really want to know?
No.
All right, then.
No, not at all.
Ninja Turtles.
Hell yeah.
Which, now there's a new line in the trailer where this girl goes, "Oh, the Teenage Ninja Turtles. Are they aliens?" And then the Megan Fox character, April O'Neil, says, "No, that's stupid." So I thought that was kind of cute. Into the Storm, which is like a storm chaser movie. What was that one in the 90s? Twister, yeah. It's basically like Twister, but like, all like now super duper CG, kind of movie. Planes, Fire and Rescue, which I guess is, I didn't even, to be honest with you, and even being a guy who's a dad, I thought it was just a commercial for just planes. But I guess it's a sequel to Planes called Fire and Rescue.
Yeah, that one actually looks a whole lot better than Planes, though, man.
Planes is pretty good, though.
Yeah, it was good, man. But, I was like, this one right here seemed like it's a little bit more action-packed,
Yeah, I think, because they're smart. They know, like, okay, if you had the kid at 8 to like plane, like, kid at the age of 8 liking planes, now he's a little older, maybe he's like 12 now, he's going to want to see a little fire and action and stuff like that. I mean, in my opinion, it's a smart move.
Yeah, true that, because we went from Super Mario to Grand Theft Auto.
Damn right.
Yeah, so that's
and some of us actually did Grand Theft Auto in real life.
Oh. Says the guy speaking the books.
But
Darrell, you don't be saying that shit on a podcast.
No.
I ain't talking about me.
No.
You talking about me?
Lies.
I don't know, man. You probably was on New Jersey Drive or something, Mike.
Nah, man.
Lies.
The Purge Part 2, Anarchy, which I mean, I didn't really like the first Purge, but this one looks like it's a whole different kind of movie. This one looks more like an action movie when the first one was more like a thriller. But do I want to see it? Yeah, but I don't know. It looks more like a rental. Sex Tape with Jason Segel and Cameron Diaz looks funny. And I mean, come on, if you're married to Cameron Diaz, how are you not tapping that every fucking night? I tap that till I fucking come dust.
I thought you were doing that already.
Oh, Cameron Diaz? What's up, secret?
I'm just spanking it till I come dust. There was just not even like a teaser trailer for Expendables 3 where it was just the skull logo. Sin City and Sin City: A Dame to Kill For. So those are all the when you add all those fucking trailers up, I mean, it was literally like 25 minutes. Like, you forget, like, by the time the movie started, you forgot what you were there for. It's like, oh, that's right, Transformers. Let me see what else. I just wanted to say real quick about Kevin Smith, one of my heroes, podcaster extraordinaire, movie director. He visited the set for Episode 7, Star Wars Episode 7. Even took like an Instagram photo where like he's standing outside the studio and he literally had tears in his eyes. Because what was that?
I said lucky fucking bastard.
Yeah, lucky bastard. And he, even though he said he signed a non-disclosure agreement, so he can't obviously discuss what he's seen, but he had basically said that everything, he goes, this wasn't like when you see like the behind the scenes footage of 300 or whatever, where everything's all green screen. He goes, everything. He goes, he saw a studio packed with practical effects. He said he walked on to the Millennium Falcon. It was a life-size Millennium Falcon. He goes, you see props and stuff like that from stuff that we know from the original trilogy, and he goes, obviously these weren't the real things from the original trilogy, but they're, obviously faithful replicas. I mean, J.J. Abrams isn't fucking playing, and like just seeing him, I mean, obviously he's a little biased, he's part of his career is being known as like being a Star Wars fan, but I'm excited, what I'm saying? Like, I think episode 7's gonna fucking rock. And that's basically it. That's all I got.
Well, there's a reason why Mike's here, so I guess we need to get into that.
Yeah, I'm giving away free hugs and T-shirts.
Oh shit! Give me some of that shit right now.
The hugs and the T-shirts.
No, what's the real reason you're here, sir?
We are here to talk about a certain boy with spiked hair.
Yes. Oh wait, that's the title of your new album.
Yeah. Sprung that on you, Paul. I didn't know where it came from.
Either did I.
That's what she said.
Exactly.
Set up and execution, baby.
About time. Anyway.
But yes, I have composed the project. And has some real tight features on there. Paul kind of put everything together. You got JF Crates, you got Jargon, Kadesh, Scott Blue, and might be squeezing Alpha Riff in there. Everybody got CC'd on the email, so everything's a go. Just gotta get it to the guys, and hopefully we can make something that can really help nerdcore as a genre.
Exactly.
So hopefully, it's a whole breakdown. It's like all of us are like nerds at heart, and if we weren't indulging in things we were indulging in, we could have been doing something completely different. Like instead of me watching Dragon Ball Z every 6 p.m., I could have been robbing Paul at ATM.
That's in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I found out he ain't have no money.
Yeah, I don't have any money.
See, that's because when elementary with Darrell with the elementary, they didn't have Dragon Ball Z or Toonami.
Yeah.
Nah, we didn't, dude.
So yeah, man, it's like it's kind of like a OD to the culture as a whole. Like we spend money on these box sets, and people like look at us crazy. Like if I told my friend like, oh, yeah, man, I paid like $50 for a Gurren Lagann box set. He said, you paid $50 for something you could watch for free? Like, nah, it's not that. It's the culture behind it. Like going like it's like buying downloading an arcade game to your Xbox is tight, but nothing really beats the authentic feel of going to the arcade and actually playing it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's kind of a huge metaphor. The story is the world Spike Harris is a prequel to a previous project I did called Liberation the Moon Reader, which was the same boy in this story who had the ability to read the moon, and he could kind of decode the messages written on the moon, and he put it in a song to try to deliver a message to people and save the world from his impending doom. It was inspired by Gurren Lagann, how the moon kept counting how many people were on the surface of the earth, and the prequel is just showing how it got to that point, which is talking about a boy who's like just he's a regular ass guy. I wouldn't call him a boy. He's a regular ass guy, and he just has his love of anime, and one day he's approached by this deity who pulls him into this world just full of everything he loved, and it's just tying in his love of it with him journeying through this new world. So, and I'm pretty sure that the guys that I have working on it can feel the same way, all of us being geeks at heart, thug life. And a lot of the production was done by this guy, Aces Galvin. Aces Galvin was like one of the first producers I heard. Like he sampled Naruto, and I was like, oh shit, like producers do that. So I got on it, and he's a guy I've really been working close to. Like that's kind of the reason I met Yoko. I met Yoko through the project that I'm doing the prequel for. Yoko did a lot of production on there. Shouts out to Yoko Masaki. Stay up, partner. Yeah, man, it's like it's a real interesting project. I really can't say too much because I really want everybody to hear it in its entirety. So
yeah, no, don't be giving these people any preview.
Yeah, I can't do too much. Just know, it's not, when you listen to it, don't look at it as a guy rapping about nerd things. Just look at it as a journey. It's the format of it is set up so it's like you get lost in it. It's like you playing through an RPG game. There's some hard samples in there, some real good producers. It's gonna be real tight, and I'm hoping everybody likes it and enjoys it. Especially Paul, because I got so many messages in my inbox.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Because you called before the episode, you called it a concept album. Is that
it's a concept album. Yeah, it's like because like it's the whole thing is inspired. It was inspired by Lupe Fiasco's The Cool. Lupe Fiasco took this.
Oh, give it a second.
TI-82 moment.
Crazy. Lupe Fiasco. He does stuff like this. Like he had a song called "And He Gets the Girl," and it was like the hardest song ever because it was a regular guy. He was trying to talk to this girl who was a cheerleader, but he was a dork. And come to find out, she ended up liking the same shit. He like, y'all go ahead, Google that. It's the hardest song ever. If you a geek, you would like it because like I'm pretty sure all of us can relate to being like, oh yeah, we the nerdy kid who likes comics and video games and all that. And then you got a crush on a super hot girl, and then the song is "And He Gets the Girl." Like, I'm pretty sure all of us at one point wished you could just approach that girl we had the meanest crush on in high school, and she just disregard all kind of social standards to be like, I like you for you. In the real world, it doesn't work like that, but you know,
not at all.
It's like he depicted that, and I thought that was like dope. And from that, I heard the other album, and he got a song called "Go Watch Me." He talks about like a Japanese manga, like so people like Lupe Fiasco, Charles Hamilton, they inspired the project, and the whole concept of it is a story. I want people to just sit down and do whatever you do when you chill out and just listen to it. It's a journey. I don't even know. I want to put too much information on it out there. Just know it's gonna be tight, and I know once the guys get tracks, they're all gonna do great things on it. So you better be watching out for it. Much love to Paul for putting it together. Yeah, Darrell will be there.
No, I'll end up sending him to Darrell, and Darrell will be like, oh, why haven't you sent him to me quicker?
Basically, I have to write articles for music. That's what Paul always do anyway.
Well, no. We're not going to write a review on a CD that we actually do. That would be kind of stupid. Yeah, it's 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it's released through you guys.
CD, yeah.
Tell them about that, Paul. It's your turn to talk. You tell them about that. You guys are releasing CD. It's going to be exclusively released to you guys.
Yep, Geeky Inc. Productions. This is one of a couple CDs, and that's all I'm going to really say that we're going to be doing, not just with Mike, but others. So, basically how this album works, and we were kind of talking about this before the podcast, was pretty much if you guys want to get this whole album, you're going to have to tune in every single week to geekyinc.com, and, we'll add a song every single time to the Bandcamp page, and we'll go from there. So, keep an eye out. Probably in the next week or two, we'll have something for you. So, and, something might be free, something might not be free. You never know.
Yeah. The first song is going to be this song called Cheat Code.
And
Cheat Code.
Rest assured, people, Darrell will not be rapping on anybody's song.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah,
don't let the white guy record. Don't let the white guy rap on any song, please.
I know, right? I'm telling you, Darrell just so white is a shame, man.
People say I'm white on Xbox. They say, look at this guy. They like, this is a black guy trying to sound white. I'm like, little does he know. There's a white guy trying to sound black. I'm like, what you mean?
Yeah, me and Darrell were talking about that the other day. Like, we thought our intern was like white at first, and then we're like, wait, you black?
The fuck? He said, you black? He didn't even say you're black. He said, you black. He had to use his bonnet. He had to use his bonnet. Talk to him like, you black too, bro?
I was like, wait a minute, you actually black? I was like, I thought you was white, dude. Yeah, I know. I can be so freaking racist at times. It's just ridiculous.
You're always racist.
Shut the fuck up. Nobody gives a fuck what you think. I'm black. That's all I do.
Yeah, I noticed. I noticed you're black.
Me too, but not on Xbox, but I'll be that.
That's congratulations, man. You hit the American dream. You
I know.
You're black and you're white, man. Now.
Man, it's something I wanted to say so bad, but I'm pretty sure I can't. I'm not gonna say it. I'll say this for. I save it for. I save the barbershop conversation. That's what I'm gonna do. After the podcast, we'll have a barbershop conversation. You can say whatever you want to.
And I think for those people getting hyped up, and if you want to just get a bit of flavor, I guess would be from hearing Mike Flywalker. You could go to Geeky Inc. Productions. That's GeekeInc Productions at .bandcamp.com, and you can hear the tracks that Mike contributed to for the Nerdcore Absolution Volume 2.
Damn fucking straight.
Ultimate Weapon. All I gotta say.
Oh yeah, dude. Like I love that song, dude. Like that is just like oh, oh, that was a good song.
No, what killed me was Jargon verse on Fantasy Final Life. I was like, oh Jesus. No, Alfred. It was Jargon on Ultimate Weapon. Oh my God.
No, yeah, like I'm like, I think you contact me. You're like, here, just let somebody else do this. So I was like, oh, okay, give me like a day or two. So I give it to them, and then like I give it back to you. Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, what is this witchcraft you send me? It was funny.
I work my nerdcore magic. Okay, sorry.
You did that. 'Cause I was in the car, and I was in the car with my friend. Like, oh yeah, Paul seen back the email, plugged up to auxiliary core. We just listened to it, and then it got to the two verses being heard. We said, wow. What did y'all eat for breakfast? Y'all ate a bone nails without any milk.
I think I gave that to Drell. Drell went, yeah, this is some good shit right here.
Yeah.
Ooh, but just
you know me, I don't never sign off none that's lame, man. And you know, everybody know that does like any album with us, man. If I feel like it's bullshit or it just ain't right, I'm gonna speak my mind and tell you.
Good. But all I can tell you is you won't have anything bad to say about the What the Spike hair, especially if you are a fellow nerd or a geek. You shall relate to it in a lot of ways. You know, you got the references.
Right there.
If you really want to know about some like stuff, y'all might want to check out The Rising Sun, because that was like one of his first CDs I heard.
And the one before that is the actual sequel to this project. This one's a prequel, so it comes before if you don't know what a prequel is. And the other one is a lot of dope stuff on there. Yoko Masaki did a lot of production. If you like Kingdom Hearts or Final Fantasy, you'll love it. A lot of, really dope samples,
Gotta give Yoku his props though, man, because he is like a fucking talented ass fucking producer, man.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, he got a talent for it, man. Just sometimes kind of hard to explain. Except all sex life, which is non-existent.
I'm gonna fucking
God. Oh, wow. Bang bang, bang bang.
Bang.
Have some mercy, Darrell.
Wait. I'm sorry, Darrell. Did you get laid on July 4th? I don't fucking think so.
Considering I get laid more than you.
Look, Rosie Palm doesn't count, man.
Your palms are very hairy for a couple of months, buddy.
Harry. Yes, we better get out of here before I kill Darrell. Anyways.
So let's wrap it up.
That's what she said.
I guess for those of you, if somehow you came across this podcast or a link on Facebook or Twitter, or one of your buddies, a good friend of yours recommended it to you, you can visit everything show related at 2s1p.com. That's 2s1p.com. You can find links for everything. You can find links to our iTunes, a link to our, if you have an iPhone, iPad, iPod, you can subscribe to us on iTunes. So, unfortunately, iTunes, I think, if you don't have iTunes, you could also subscribe to us or follow us on the Stitcher app if you have an Android device. Once again, that's STITCHER. Any podcast worth listening to, much like on iTunes, Chris Hardwick's The Nerdist, Kevin Smith's Smodcast, NPR, This American Life, and of course the Tsunami Faithful podcast can all be found on both iTunes and Stitcher. So you're covered on any freaking mobile device you have. I particularly like Stitcher only because one, I don't have an iPhone, iPad, iPod, or and basically you could download them like the most recent 6 episodes while you're still at home on your Wi-Fi, and then later on you can when you're out and about, you don't have to touch your data on your phone and listen to the episodes. That's what she said. Follow us on Twitter at Stranger Podcast. The at symbol, I forgot what the hell it's called. Stranger Podcast. You can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/2strangers1podcast, all spelled out. And of course, if you want to get in contact with us, and for some reason you don't use Twitter or Facebook, you could reach us at 2strangers1podcast at gmail.com. Once again, that's 2strangers1podcast at gmail.com, all spelled out. Give a shout out to the usual suspects: Tommy B, Danny D, Oscar from South America. So we thank all you guys for tuning in every week. And I guess we're gonna go around table. So Paul, I acquiesce the floor to you, sir.
All right, well, you can find me at Paul Pascrillo. You can also find me on Tumblr at paulpascrillo.tumblr.com. I have an ask.fm. It's ask.fm/Paul Pasquillo if you guys want to ask me questions, or like that one guy said, like our podcast keeps his day good because, you know, he gets bullied in that at school. So I like hearing those as well. Yeah, so that's about it. I mean, Mike, where can they find you, and what social media sites should they follow?
You can find me. Where can you find me? Well, I'm on every social media under one word. Is Mike Flizzy. It's MikeFlizzy. If you're familiar with any kind of hip hop, then you know that there's 2 Z's, 1 vowel, and a Y at the end. Bandcamp, SoundCloud, Instagram. You can follow me on Tumblr at tokyomikey.tumblr.com. And if you don't subscribe to everything we just said, then we coming to your house.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll make that
I hope
happen.
you notice I didn't laugh after I said that. We come to your house if you don't follow us.
And he just lost
kidnapping your cats.
Oh, you're kidnapping my cat.
Yeah, we'll ask our buddies at Homeland Security to find your IP address, and so we can find out where you live.
They already know where we live. We're black. We're already in the database.
Oh my God! Let's end this. Stop it.
I'm just
keeping.
Use of Terrell Maddox. Do not.
Terrell's incriminating me.
Oh,
he made me call you Terrell.
Surreal Darrell. And of course, I can't believe how Paul keeps always forgetting his own fucking website, geekyinc.com. That's GeeKeinc.com. Of course, that will bring you to all the links to Nerdcore Absolution Volumes 1 and 2. Put some money down, support independent artists. Basically, I mean, you know, who else can say, you know, get in on the ground floor? What if someone said, hey, you know, I found, Kanye West on his first day, before he blew up, or a Drake, or a Lupe Fiasco. So go pay for it. Don't freaking torrent it, you bastards.
Yeah, don't do that.
And support independent artists. I mean, these guys, pour their hard sweat and tears. Yeah, into Nerdcore Absolution. I mean, or just Nerdcore in general. But in particular, Nerdcore Absolutions Volume 1 and 2 on geekyinc.com. Darrell, we got to get to you on how would people want to reach out and touch Darrell if they wanted to.
Yeah, nobody wants to reach out and touch his ass.
Whoa. You just mad my dick bigger than yours. Sit down somewhere.
Whoa.
All right, Dad, Pee-wee. But seriously, if you want to find me, you can do that at ukami_samurai7 at twitter.com. You can listen to me bitch, ranting, probably just talk about somebody real bad, mainly Paul, anytime. And if you want to tongue with me, you can do that at ukami_samurai7.tumblr.com. And if you want to send me any evil emails, you can do that at thenrealmaddox@tsunamifaithful.com.
Awesome. So with that, we certainly hope you guys enjoyed listening and had as much fun as we did recording. Thank you for listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
I'm Paul.
I'm Darrell.
And I'm Mike Flizzy.
Don't be a stranger. Oh. Mike Flizzy. We'd like to let our audience know, don't be a stranger.
Peace. We're out.
Holla, man.
You should be fapping.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Just like Darrell does in the corner.
I still love you, monkey.
All right, here we go, man. Go ahead. You want to read
Double Jackpot.
What is it?
It is a self-published book by Christopher Cologne.
Chris Cologne? Smells good to me.
But
look at her. That broke that fucking cold little exterior. He's like, hee.
But it is spelled Colon.
Him punny.
But Double Jackpot is a book about a comic book artist, Eric, who is in a loveless relationship with a materialistic
I feel you, Eric.
Lynette.
Oh, fucking. Are you sure I didn't write this? Sounds hauntingly familiar.
He starts cheating on his girlfriend with a more creatively supportive woman, Nadia.
Well, I gotta meet her. Where's the Nadia?
There's your summer girlfriend.
Summer Nadia is Nadia.
Nadia?
Yeah, I think Nadia spelled with an A.
All right.
Both Lynette and Nadia play the double jackpot, the largest payout in lotto history, much like the recent Powerball. Both girls play his birth date as the winning numbers. Eric is now stuck between two of the country's richest women. Who will he choose? It's not that simple. This is a clever fucking idea, man.
Is.
Look at her, fucking. She's impressed.
I am.
She got some summer reading. Christopher Cologne smells real lovely with an original idea. This is. I've never heard this before.
I haven't either. This is a self-published book, much in the indie spirit as Kev's Clerks.
Oh, you don't even need to name check me. It's just a good idea. You could stand on your own, man. You don't even have to be like, hey, remember Clerks? This is nothing like that. This is way more original than Clerks. This is a good idea, man. Why didn't I think of this?
I need something to read. This book is part of the Comic Books, Heavy Metal, Video Games Trilogy Book 2. Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, coming soon.
Right on, man. It's part of a trilogy. This is the first part.
Way to write, man.
He's seeking a literary agent. Motherfuckers, anybody out there? There ain't no literary agents listening to this show, I assure you, sure. Sure. I assure you, sure. But somebody know a literary agent? Hook a motherfucker up! Chris Cologne come up with an original idea. I should tell Raskin, that's a good fucking idea, to be honest with you. That's a fucking rom-com right there. Megan, get Raskin on the phone. Isn't it possible to get Raskin on the phone? No?
Yeah.
I want to run it past him, man. I want to, and if it happens, I get a taste, Chris Cologne. I get a whiff, if you will.
The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com.
That's lulu.com.
I understand that. I just want to spell it out.
Normally one says it, that spells it. Still, lulu.com. What is that? Do you know what it is?
I don't know. All right. The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com. Search for Double Jackpot Christopher Cologne. A paperback version of the book is $15 and a PDF file is only $5.
$5 is
Yeah.
insanely inexpensive. 15's not even that bad for a paperback version.
No.
This is $1 million idea right here. Like a movie about a dude who fucking is stuck between two chicks, both of who play his birthday and win the lottery. Come on! I can see that trailer. Chris Cologne is on to something. Nobody else can smell it but me.
I'll read it.
Thank you. I'm going to make that smelly joke.
I know. You're trying to get me to laugh again.
It worked once. Double Jackpot is a self-published book by Chris Cologne, man. It's the first book in his Comic Books, Heavy Metal, Video Games trilogy. Book 2, Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, should be coming out soon. Get all the information at Chris Cologne, like a motherfucker.
I
and
will
his
totally
book,
read this.
Double Jackpot. I'm serious. I'm going to recommend that to fucking Raskin. How is that not a movie? You know what I'm saying? This could be a sexy movie. You could do an R-rated version. There could be nudie in it, and you could show them fucking both chicks. Maybe a little penetration. Maybe a butthole shot. No butthole, no care.
I would like to formally apologize to Christopher Cologne right now.
No, sex sells. Chris Cologne will appreciate that. He's like, thanks for throwing a few buttholes in there, man.
Don't forget to check out twostrangersonepodcast.net, your one-stop resource for everything show-related. You can find links to subscribe to us on iTunes or on Stitcher. You could also find links to buy my book, Double Jackpot, on twostrangersonepodcast.net.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.